I think if there were more numbers, it would be less interesting. I don't see it as being about working with numbers. I see it as working with shapes and objects and structures of things and being able to describe them and visualize them, or find a way to visualize a problem and describe it. My field of interest is an area I call combinatorial geometry. I look for symmetries and I look for things that I can use various tools in other fields of mathematics to determine about these geometries. What I like about it is that there are a lot of different fields in mathematics that contribute to my knowledge about these kinds of objects that I look at. I did an independent study course with a professor in the math department, and I tended to do really well when I was working with these particular set of objects. That one of the things that I enjoyed the most, that seemed the most clear and obvious to me, were objects called polytopes. And the perspective of it that was most interesting to me was matroide theory. And nobody knows more about that field than Jim.
Where you take a surface and you identify some things, and then you...
Usually I come to the meeting with Jim with a list of questions. I'm often going down various roads looking for information about something or looking to discover something important and useful about this object that I'm trying to understand. And the thing that helps me the most is when he can tell me, well, here's how you think about it, or here's a picture, or he'll just draw something that makes it clear to me how he's thinking about this.
Cindy's studying in the area of combinatorial geometry. This is a very broad area. She's looking at a particular problem that has something to do with what we call matroids and oriented matroids. Oriented matroids you can think of as, well, they're combinatorial objects. The generalization that she's working on is relatively unstudied, and so she has a good opportunity to make lots of interesting advances there.
My experience at George Mason has been, in this graduate program in particular, their focus is on encouraging the students to succeed. And I say that with as much honesty as I can. And I feel supported and encouraged here. I've had the opportunity to choose an advisor who was just at the forefront of his field and is able to know right away what sort of problem is something that would be, interesting and is still unsolved, and that I can have to work myself to really make a new contribution to a field of mathematics.